Alright, so this was the last time. You remember that crunch, right? So on the last episode we had a frame issue. This is the AC130 aluminum frame. I put the Nitro 200 on it. Apparently that was a bad idea. So welcome back everyone. Looks like we got a package. What could it be? Just kidding, we know it's a titanium frame from Conception. We got it. 1 week. Exactly. So we've got the new Conception titanium frame. Thanks Laurel. Appreciate it much. So let's go ahead and unbox it and see what we got. So huge shout out to Conception. They got this thing to me within a week. I put it up on the page and they said, hey, you know, sort of is your fault, but we'll help you out. And so they got it shipped out quick. They gave me a little bit of a discount to get me back in the air, and I really appreciate that. They also sent me a new set of props since I ruined the last set. I had the 3-blade before, so I just kept the 3-blade. One thing I've noticed though, after having tried it, is this 3-blade seems to be a little lighter for some reason than the other E-prop that should have been the same exact model. I get a little higher RPM. I was seeing 7,400 RPM, so that's an improvement. Kinda glad. So this is the Race Frame 2. I guess they just came out with it in 2018. I wish I had the original frame to compare it to. I do have some friends with the original frames, but I didn't build theirs out, so I wasn't too knowledgeable about the original structure. But still, this is just fantastically light. I mean, you can
Carnival tricks.
Look at that. Pinky only.
That stuff's for kids. Put it together now.
That's pretty amazing. Let's see if we can build it. We've got the motor mounts that came with it, and the spacers, and the washers, so that's nice. So there we go. We got 6 carbon fiber tubes. They go in an unknown position. I don't have the manual for this. I didn't buy this with a whole new kit, so I tried to check against my AC130. It's not the same order. So, trial and error. It only goes one way. Took me a few fits, a few tries on it. I figured out which one it was. Screwed that bottom screw in. Get the net pieces on there untangled. You don't want them to be going through the carbon fiber tube insert. They should be nice and clean. Yep, it's pretty tangly. Now, you guys may be laughing at me because it took me a few tries to get this just right, and maybe there's some faster way to do it. I know the Scout my dad has. It's pretty simple to put together for the most part, and I've got some knowledge with that, but this one took me a couple tries. I bought my other one pre-assembled, never took it apart. Putting this on, there's some nice little guides for the back of the chair there, so it's pretty obvious where those go. Get them nice and tight and make sure you double run that through the harness locker, I don't know what you call that thing, the little adjustment piece, and get it super tight. This fit exactly the same as it did on my Conception 130. These weight shift bars, they were a little tight on the new screws, or the new bolts that go through there. I did have to take a rubber mallet to those and tap them on. The lamels, these didn't come from Conception. They came from Aviator PPG, who has them through Virus PPG, I think. And so they didn't send me any new ones, so I just used the ones that I have, stuck them back on each side as evenly as I could. I broke about half of these through the destruction that happened with the other one. Alright, so I'm gonna get this thing downstairs.
It's trying not to wake a sleeping baby too, that's tough. Cleaned up the gas tank. Usually they don't ship with this gas tank anymore, it comes with the pouch, but this one still seems to fit. The back has 2 notches in it on the top and the bottom, and it fits right up inside their little grooves and hugs real tight up against there. One thing I did notice is the original harness for this from my 130 does not quite reach the back. I don't know why. I'm talking about the side one. So the one that goes top to bottom, that one worked fine, but the side to side one is supposed to go through one side and wrap around and come back through and wrap around and come back. That one didn't quite fit, so I used the back bar on one side and the front bar on the other. For all purposes and intents, it's going to do the same thing. Not too worried about it. It was hard to get those motor mounts off. I needed a little help, so I got my wife to come volunteer to thread the bolts in while I got them started there. And then once we got it kind of situated just a little bit, she went on out. Make sure you always hand tighten those bolts in first. Never start with a socket wrench or anything like that or you'll tear it up. So my other camera's ran out of battery. So here she is. All back on there. All the prop fitment was the same. Got everything on, tightened up, double checked. Need to throw some fuel in it. Crank it back up. Alright, so here we go. First hang test. Just gonna do it quick. It's freezing out here. I know I'm in shorts, I'm stupid. That's what guys do. Also, let's see. Should we start up? I already knew it was going to start. I started it before this, so I didn't look like an idiot. But that confidence.
These didn't move, they're the same arms, so they should be, in theory, correct. That feels good. Angle seems about right. Can I get it there? Yeah? Good? I say we're ready to fly it, I think. All these straps look right. Weight shift seems to be
Get
right.
on with it, man.
Got the safeties on the weight shift clips. If any of you guys want to know how I do the hang test, I'll put 2 large eye bolts in this cross beam. Just use some ratchet straps, get them evened out. Good to go. Man, this thing feels light. I don't know if it's any lighter than the old one, but it's light.
Here's the maiden voyage. She works perfect. First time, took off like a charm. Thanks again for watching. And thanks, Conception.